Hello, and welcome to Renzulli Learning's Manager Overview. In this short video clip, we'll demonstrate some of the key features available to a school site manager in Renzulli Learning, or otherwise known as SSMs. Once you're on the Renzulli Learning homepage, follow the screen to the bottom and click on the green link for Manager's Login. Type in the username and password for your Manager's Login. Please keep in mind that only users who have been designated or upgraded as a manager can proceed beyond this point. Proceed by clicking on Go. The first screen we're given is a very useful screen because these are some of the functions that are most used and most useful for teachers or for managers at the school site. First off, if a teacher or any users at your school forgets their usernames and passwords, you can quickly type in their first and last name and then click the type of user they are to quickly pull up their usernames and passwords. Or, to keep things simple, just check on all users. However, you might have more users at that school with that name than you would like to have to comb through. So check the appropriate type of user it is. On the right side here, you see a little My Inbox. It allows you to keep the communication line open by sending messages to students and teachers, and just to kind of keep a pulse of what's going on at the school. You also see that you can look at the master calendar and kind of put in events that are going on at school that are related to Renzulli Learning, and God forbid, go ahead and put in activities in there that are also just related school-wide. You can run reports on the school, such as personal success plan utilization. You can run reports on your students, different types of reports on your students. You can take a look at their profile. You could take a look at utilizations that are going on at your school. Let's scroll down. Here's a useful piece of information. You can have a quick overview of what kind of a student is represented at your school. And what I see here, I know that this school has 86 profiled students, and of those students, these are the percentages of students that have this type of learning style. And I love to bring this up and discuss this with teachers. You know, if I was a teacher and I was teaching math, and my students needed to excel in math, what's a great way to help them learn if this is what I know about them? So this is some useful quick overview of what your school looks like as far as your student population. Let's take a look at the expression style tab. Well, what do you know? Kids like to produce products in an artistic manner through some kind of a musical medium or a dramatic. So I also love to discuss with teachers what kind of a assessment piece they would like to use after they have found out that piece of information about their kids. And then lastly, we want to take a look at some of the interests that our kids have at school. And this is particularly useful to help students learn a little more efficiently. If you've got a kid that just loves athletics, how would you teach him math? That's a great question. Check out our other videos on the advanced search feature, and we'll talk about how to use that function to kind of key in on certain students. Over here on the left, you kind of have a quick overview of some of the things that go on at school, such as utilization that are occurring amongst your student population, some of the activities that are going on, projects created, assignments created. Let's take a look at the teacher utilization. How many teachers are using this? How many are profiled? And then we can also take a look at their activity. Are they sending assignments and projects to kids? And if not, what could you do to help them? So that's a quick look on the home page. Let's scroll back up and click on the Manage Users and Accounts. Here, if you click on Districts and Schools, you could see the different schools registered, or the different schools that are a part of the district in Renzulli Learning. And of course, you can also see the types of users that are registered at your school. If you don't, by the way, if you don't have a school site manager at your school, you wouldn't be able to see what you're seeing now, would you? So if you're watching this video online and your school doesn't have a school site manager, get a hold of your client representative over at Renzulli headquarters at 1-877-429-1955 and request that one of your client reps help you identify a school site manager. And that just might be you. Let's move on to the next piece here, which is to click on the reports. You notice we can generate reports that we've seen on the home page, right? You've seen these when we were on the home page. And so these are the same functions, but they're a little more predominant. What I mean by that is when you click on any of these functions, you get a full-on screen of these types of reports. Let's move on to administrative tools and see what's there. Well, there are two very important functions. The first one is your new school year. You know, this is by far one of the most important things at the beginning of the school year. Renzulli Learning is so much fun to use, but at the beginning of the school year, if we're not going to take the time to take the school and get it off to a good running start, then we're going to have a lot of trouble. For example, you want to specify if your school is still a middle school. Of course, that doesn't change much most of the time. You want to review your student list and see if those students are the same. And of course, that always changes from year to year. And one great way for you to kind of update that function or update that information is to transfer your graduating class, right? Graduate your groups of students and then go ahead and transfer them to another school. And again, I'm not clicking on any of these buttons to demonstrate how it works. I'm just doing a quick overview. These functions are self-explanatory. You can go ahead and try them out on your own or check out our other videos to kind of watch a quick demonstration of each of these functions. In this clip, we're just kind of giving you a quick 40,000 feet flyby. So here you've got update your faculty. You may want to just put some of those teachers that aren't at school anymore into the inactive mode. And of course, teachers that are new, you might want to show them how to register in Renzulli Learning. This function is so important because you want to promote your students and move all of them one grade level up, minus the students that are being kept behind, God forbid. And then this one is also extremely important as well because sometimes a school site manager might be a little quick to click a button to graduate kids, and so now they're no longer searchable in the system. You've got to look them up in this inactive file to pull them back into your school. In other words, if a student has been promoted and graduated, they're gone. So to pull them back into your school, you must use this function here. Let's scroll up and move on to the next function here. Here you've got a page full of resources for managers and teachers, and these are in PDF format, so make sure that your computer has Adobe Acrobat installed. And you can print out some of these little quick guides to have available for you to use, or print them out for your teachers to use. And of course, the last two buttons here we're not going to click on because they're identical to the home button at the very beginning of this clip. So that was a nice quick little overview of the key functions available to a Renzulli School Site Manager. If you'd like to see those key features demonstrated in detail, check out one of our other videos. I want to thank you for watching.